What's going on, my PT peeps and my Game of Thrones fans? One Eyebrow back to talk about Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 1. So obviously, spoiler warning for Season 8, Episode 1 of Game of Thrones. If you're worried about spoilers, please stop watching. I don't want to ruin anything for you, but I'm going to give you my review, a little bit of recap of the premiere episode of the final season of Game of Thrones. And overall, I thought the episode was good. It was a nice start to the final season and had a lot of connections to prior seasons, mainly the first season as they were at Winterfell. But it was cool to see Daenerys and Jon marching into Winterfell. It was pretty cool to see everything. It was cool connecting the dots from where the series began to the final season. Did you see little connecting points of Arya and the young kid running to see everyone marching towards Winterfell? I got a big connection with that, seeing this young kid trying to get a better view. You see Arya standing there and watching everyone marching in, and it was just a nice little connecting point, I thought. Did you see it? Did you not? And it's not exactly the same for sure, but you could see back in season 1 when King Robert and the Lannisters and the Baratheons and everybody were coming in to talk to the Starks. It was just cool to see that, and I think we're going to get that hopefully a lot this season. The dragons flying all over the place. Aegon Targaryen flying around with Daenerys Targaryen. It's pretty cool. Come on, Jon, put it together that you're a Targaryen. And we saw that at the end of the episode with Samwell Tully telling him that. I felt bad for Sam, that's for sure. But the dragons flying over Winterfell, hopefully everyone knew that they were going to have dragons flying over there and they just didn't attack them. I mean, I know it's a show and it's fictional, but what if someone at Winterfell was like, dragons, throwing spears at them and they weren't sure? But it was just cool to see everyone like, oh man, the dragons, and everyone's freaking out. And the people of the North do not like outsiders. It's kind of like the Northeast, that's for sure. As trust is earned, you have to earn the people's trust. And I can see that, and I can agree with that. But I love the dragons. No Ghost. We did not see Ghost. Hopefully we'll see the direwolf, Ghost, and possibly Nymeria, because she's still out there somewhere. That would be pretty awesome, hopefully this season. But as for Sansa, what do you think of Sansa? She's turning into this tough, know-it-all, my way or the highway type person. That's what I kind of see. But she's going to lead the North. Jon doesn't want that job. It's Sansa's job, really. But did you agree with her being so tough on Daenerys? Trust is earned, so she has to earn that. And Davos said that, which I agree with. But hopefully everyone will come together. It's kind of the old adage, like, we don't trust these people. We don't know about these people. Whether you don't know about this, they don't know about that. And then everyone's going to come together to fight the Night King and the White Walkers that we didn't see really at all this episode, but the one little guy and their symbol there. That kind of looks like a Targaryen symbol, but it is the White Walker symbol. But Daenerys, Jon Snow, and Sansa are in this weird story right here. Like, well, Sansa didn't like me at first. You got to win her over. We got to do that. Let's just put all this stuff aside and work together to fight. Probably in episode 3, I believe is what the word is. But Sansa's definitely running the North. She's the tough lady of Winterfell. And I did like her interaction with Tyrion and how it was with them coming together. And I do enjoy when the characters come together and they haven't seen each other for several seasons and they finally get back together with some story. But we'll have to see what happens with Cersei and Yara and the Golden Army. And it should be interesting because Cersei has her army and it's the Sail Swords. And we'll see if it's true what they're saying from the books. They made reference to it a little bit about the elephants. They couldn't bring them. They probably didn't want to have CGI elephants all over the place. So like, they're going to stay back. They're not going to do well on a trip, but they're in the books, I believe. Also, the Golden Army should be connected with the Targaryens. I believe that's what people are telling me, that the Golden Army usually has a connecting point with the Targaryens and they choose their side and they're loyal to them. So if they do that, then Cersei and the Lannisters are in trouble. But the Lannisters are not coming to the North. They're going to fight somewhere, somehow. Is there going to be 2 battles this season? One at Winterfell and one at King's Landing? I would assume so. And if you watch the opening credits were definitely different this season. You could see the opening was of the Wall, Winterfell, and King's Landing. And I thought it was interesting that Theon basically rescued Yara pretty easily. I mean, they went on the boat, killed a couple of the soldiers, rescued her. She headbutted him, which was pretty cool. And that he was going to Winterfell to fight for the Starks. Probably going to die in the war, but we'll see. As for Euron and Cersei, Euron finally got his way with Cersei, and I thought she was pregnant, but then she was drinking at the table. I mean, what do you make of that, right? I just don't know if she's actually pregnant or not, but it doesn't really matter because I don't think she's going to survive this season, and I wonder who's going to take her out. Jaime, Tyrion, Arya, and it should be very interesting. We only have 5 episodes left, guys. This was the first of 6 episodes, and man, oh man, I can't wait to see what happens. But right here, you can see she has a drink in her hand. Is she pregnant? Is she not? And Euron makes the point that it says, I'm going to put a prince in your belly. So, that's pretty interesting. So is it foreshadowing that she will get pregnant, or she is pregnant, or what to make of it? As for Bran, what did you make of that with the crossbow? He's sent to go kill Jaime and Tyrion, and is it going to happen? That would be crazy if he goes against Jaime and or Tyrion and tries to kill them, and if he succeeds or not. And to be honest, I really don't want to see that. But as for the Targaryens here, yes, his name is Aegon Targaryen, not Jon Snow. He's actually the rightful heir to the throne. Is that going to complicate things? Could be, for sure, because Daenerys thinks she is the rightful heir to the throne. Does it matter? Are we going to even get a true heir to the throne, king or queen, for the Iron Throne at the end? I don't know. I personally don't think so, but them flying around on dragons was pretty cool. And we all thought that he would finally get to ride a dragon. We thought he was a Targaryen. He was a Targaryen, and it's pretty cool. So what does that hold for future episodes? Is Dany and Jon going to ride their dragons and go against the Night King? Because the Night King's got a dragon too, so there's going to be some epic battle with the dragons, at least once, right? But I just think the dragons take each other out and they kill each other, and there's got to be some big moment with the Night King and Jon and the Night King and Bran. I just can't wait to see how it unfolds. But them flying around was kind of cool, and you see them just diving and cutting like it's easy. And then when they went by the cave and when they talked, it kind of reminded me of Jon and Ygritte, who's actually Rose and Kit in real life, and they're married. But I love the interactions with Jon and Arya, and it's just cool to have everyone coming together and everyone to be reunited. That's what this season has to be. Wrap it all up, season 1 to season 8, put it all together. But I still think Bran has to be connected with how it all ends. The conclusion of the story is going to be with Bran and the Night King and the Children of the Forest and the White Walkers, I would presume. But ultimately, Bran has this way about him that it's like, I'm just waiting for a friend, and it's Jaime Lannister, and he's just staring at Tyrion, and it's just awkward. He just stares at you. And it's like, you could talk a little bit more, right? I mean, why is he such a robot? And I did like the part here with Tormund and Ed and Beric Dondarrion here. And that kid, when he popped his eyes open, was like, boom, he's still alive. And the symbol of the White Walkers, what's that all about? I can't wait to get answers for that. And hopefully we'll get some answers. But we saw a lot of characters in this episode, and I think it's going to be getting more and more and more for sure. And again, we only have 5 episodes, but I thought this episode was really good. It's a nice start to the final season. Jon, Arya being reunited, Needle, the references here and there, the dagger, Gendry and Arya coming back together for once. It's just nice. The Hound and Arya being reunited, Brienne Tarth and the Hound. It's just cool to see everybody coming together. I think it's cool, at least. What do you think on there? Tyrion, what's Tyrion gonna do? And what was the deal that he made with Cersei in season 7? What did he actually say to her? Why was he staring at the door of Daenerys? And what does he think of Daenerys and Jon Snow being together? It's just one of those things where like, what's gonna happen? How's it gonna go down? Is Dany gonna be okay with knowing that Jon Snow is Aegon Targaryen, they're related, and he's actually the rightful heir to the Iron Throne? Is it gonna make a difference? I love Sir Davos. He's just great. He's a minor character. He's kind of a tertiary character, secondary character at best, but I just love his dialogue with Tyrion, and just he steals the scenes for me too. I just love it here and there. And like I said before, I felt bad for Sam. He found out that his brother and father were killed by Daenerys, and his father was actually really terrible to him, but his brother was actually nice. It was a different actor in season 7 in the previous season, but Sam could be the character that causes a little tension between Jon and Daenerys and what's going to happen with that. I'm glad that it's out in the open, that Jon knows that he's a Targaryen and he put 2 and 2 together, because it's great when we know stuff, and then it's even better when we know stuff and the characters know that we're all on the same page and we don't have to wait for them to find out what we already know. So overall, I thought episode 801 was very good. A good start to the final season. What did you think of it? Was it great? No, it wasn't that great, but it's a building block for the final season. It connected with previous seasons. Did you catch some Easter eggs there to prior seasons and callbacks and connections? I thought it was pretty great. I'm excited for the rest of the season. What are you excited for? What do you think's going to happen? And more importantly, who do you think survives to the final episode of the series? Daenerys, Jon, Winterfell. Oh man, winter is here. I'm excited. You're excited. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, guys. And if you can, please hit that subscribe button, become a valued member of our PT channel, Walking Dead and Game of Thrones family. And if you are a subscriber, make sure you check that you're getting notifications. Some people are missing out that are not getting notified by YouTube. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, and making memories. See ya.